How fragile a thing is happiness, like a snowflake destined to melt. This is something I wrote years ago when I was writing a short story, and I thought the sentence was so extremely sad. But knowing what I know now and having experienced what I've experienced in the 19 years of my life, I realized that the sentence is not sad at all. It's actually something really hopeful. Welcome to Ojo Dojo. Today I'm teaching you guys something really important. Let's get into it really quickly. First things first, I'm gonna need all of you to stop right now, stop and get a pen and a pencil and plot your own life on a graph. On the x axis, plot time, and on the y axis, plot your level of happiness and how it has increased over time or decreased over time. Just show a trend line to indicate that. And that's going to be a negative axis and a positive axis, which is going to show more happiness. And then this is going to be like less happiness. Okay, let me give you a few examples of some life graphs to help you understand the assignment a little bit better. Exhibit A is someone who's had a good childhood, started nicely, but then had falling down, maybe something happened in school wasn't good, that was bad, and then now they're at a constant level of normalcy, like neither too happy nor too sad, it's just perfectly balanced. Then we have exhibit B, started really strong but had a really major dip, came back up, had a fall again, and then came back up again, then fell down again. Exhibit C, the trend is starts at again. For the purposes of this video, I'm assuming and hoping and praying that everyone who's watching has had a good childhood. So started from a normal amount of happiness, went up a little bit, then fell down a little bit, and is now a good amount of happy. They're at a good, like, happy stage right now. Very balanced. You can take your time, but yeah, just pause this video or whatever, but I'll also wait for you. Oh, my legs, they hurt so much. Okay, anyway. That hurts so much. I'm dying. Okay, hopefully you're back with your life graph. Now I want to talk a little about each of these graphs. Actually, in this video, I'm mostly going to be talking about Exhibit B and Exhibit C. Now let's actually start analyzing our life graphs. My personal favorite, or the case for this video, is going to be Exhibit B. Out of these, I think the best way to live your life is Exhibit B. I know people are not going to be happy about this, but what I've realized from my own personal experiences is the more you suffer and the more you go through phases of confusion, doubt, and you just feel like you're not good enough, and the more you go through phases of downs in your life, go through those really bad dips in your life, the more your capacity to be happy increases. That's the hot take of the day. Let's look at Exhibit C right now. So Exhibit C has had a happy life, and they're at a constantly happy level right now. Even at this point, Exhibit B is going to be more happy about their life than Exhibit C at this point, which is at a higher happiness level, but they've been experiencing this happiness for way too long. They're at a constant state of happiness as compared to Exhibit B, which has had a lot of ups and downs, and then after those ups and downs, they're at this stage of happiness. Even in my own personal experiences, every time I've had a really low, every time after that, even if I reach this point, I'm just so happy and so satisfied with life. I'm thriving even at this point. Because I've experienced this amount of low, even the normal everyday things around me, like let's say I'm getting to eat ice cream with my friends, or my parents tell me they love me, even those little things, they have the capacity to make you so much happier. And I'm not saying that, oh, like something amazing is gonna happen for sure every time you go through a really bad phase. No. But the thing is, adversity changes you in a way. It increases your capacity to be happy, and it changes you in a way that you start becoming more grateful about every little thing you have. Whereas at this point, you start to normalize all the little things that are happening in your life. And this is actually a psychological theory. I looked it up. This is not just me saying shit. At this point, this person is so used to everything that they have in their life that it's just not new to them, as compared to this person who has not experienced even those normal little things for a long period of time. And even from my own personal experiences, I can tell you that every time I've had a really low, it has allowed me to catapult and come back stronger and have a really high. And there's actually a very biological reason for this. This happens because humans were not made for happiness. Humans were made for survival. And this person, I'm sure, is more satisfied of their life over here than this person over here. Personally, I am more satisfied living this life, even at this point, than living this life, even at this point. This is such a powerful way to think about life. Instead of thinking of adversity like I can't do this anymore, I hate everything. If you start changing that to let me see how much more I can take, let me see what my capacity is, and every time you have that mindset, it's gonna catapult you into even like higher levels of happiness. Obviously, that doesn't mean you need to start chasing adversity or you need to start wanting bad things to happen to you. Obviously, that's not the point of the video. It's just that when these things do happen and they are inevitable, you should change your approach to these things. You should enjoy this as much as you enjoy the really happy parts of your life, because this serves a purpose. All of these low dips make sure that whenever you're in a state of happiness, that happiness feels even better, because it's all relative. To this person, this amount of happiness is completely normal. This is literally the same thing as being a straight line over here for them, because they're so used to it. Because relative to your life before, it's the same. But for this person, even this point feels so much better because it's all relative. It's an improvement. Conversely, this means that you can stop chasing happiness. That is the point of this video. Stop trying to chase happiness all the time. I'm not saying that if you have the opportunity to and you haven't felt it in a long time, don't go for it. But stop actively chasing it every minute of your life. You don't need to be happy every second of your life for it to be a good life. You can be going through ups and downs and still be satisfied with life. Because again, humans were not meant for happiness, they were meant for survival. And if something is gonna help satisfy you, it's going to be this roller coaster. And maybe in another 40, 50 years, when I'm old, I feel like this is the perfect way of life for me. Fine, then I'll just adopt this method. But right now, I don't want this state of balance. I don't want this ever continuous state of happiness. I want a roller coaster. I want to experience those lows, enjoy those lows, so that they can help increase my capacity for the really high highs. I want to completely expand and transform my world with every adversity that comes my way, completely change the scales of this graph, and experience extremely low lows as well as extremely high highs. I don't just want to chase extreme happiness. I also want to fully immerse myself and experience the extreme lows. That is the kind of life I want to have. And that is exactly why I'm going 10x this year, so that I can put myself in places where I get to experience different things, have new experiences, challenging myself intellectually, physically, creatively. I want to put myself in a place where I can experience the extreme lows as well as the extreme highs to the best of my ability. Because you know what? Trying new things is the number one killer of self-doubt. So Why shouldn't I? Yeah, I think that's it for the video. My feet are literally dying.